Hi guys, it's Alice again. So it's a beautiful day outside, but today I'm actually spending my day in rest and not doing much. I had actually plans to go and see my mom. However, since I was done with this project of video posting of this remembering unconditional love yesterday, last night, and for the last, I would say, few days, 5 days or so, I've been actually posting all of those videos that you saw that are coming out on my page in that sense, right? Because on top of the I would say longer, the full presentation of that video, which is 1 hour and a half. Basically, the strategy is to divide this video because it's so like the video itself is so packed with very deep information, which is kind of like small pockets of that video are so I would say packed with deep channeled information. So it is only the right decision, the right direction is to cut the video in small kind of reels pieces and post those videos online independently with different subjects and whatnot, right? Based on that subject of that individual reel. And so I'll tell you, like posting all these videos, posting 3 of those short videos online, it's almost like a full-time job for the whole day. Because when basically source source creates through me right now, right? When it creates through us, now I understand how energy works. So basically, when the source creates through me, I become super focused on that individual project. And however, it's going to be in a natural flow as well, right? Even though it's intense. It's very intense. It's very hyper focused in that sense. However, it's with periods of breaks and rests and whatnot, right? So I'll go and start posting a video, and while it's uploading, I'll go and do something like around the house. Maybe I will go feed my birds, or maybe prepare a smoothie or a tea and whatnot, right? So it will be in that natural flow. However, as I sit down and I make these videos, I become that focused. So the energy is very concentrated on the task, very concentrated on the subject in that sense, right? And so it takes a while to post all these 3 videos because the uploads they take some time in that sense, and sometimes you can't leave certain websites until until the video is loaded in that sense, right? And so today I'm just laying and conserving my energy. Today I didn't have any energy to do anything, to be honest. I just got up maybe in afternoon, made some smoothie. In the smoothie today I put the what is it? The honeydew, the blueberries, the strawberries, and bananas in that sense, right? And water, of course. And so I just made that smoothie, had that smoothie, and laying here, conserving my energy. That's what I noticed with also creations through the channel. The energy is, I would say, it's almost like a switch. It's almost like a switch. It's almost like your energy gets turned on when special subject that is supported needs to be completed in that sense, and then the energy turns off until we restore our inner resources, until this energy is restored and it's saved for another project or for another leap in that sense, right? To go forward. Those videos that I've been posting, kind of like a channeled longer videos, I almost feel like they are going to be like pieces of puzzle. They are right now as pieces of puzzle, because each video, just like each project, it starts. That's what I noticed about the creations as well. Like the project will start, right? And then I will get super focused on that project, and then it will basically stop and it will be on pause for quite some time. And then I would say further, the next project will open up, and the same thing with the third and the fourth project. So multiple projects will start, I would say, kind of one after another, but none of them will be finished in that sense. All of them will be kind of in open state, on pause, right, until there is a time for us to come back and actually finalize it. It's exactly like it is happening with the creation of the website, where I created this website, and then production of this website just paused because completely turned off of the energy of that project. And I don't do anything that is against my, I would say, will right now, compared to before, when we're supposed to, let's say, wake up, go to a job, right? When we're supposed to wake up with an alarm clock and supposed to go to the workplace and perform some responsibilities and obligations that in many cases many of us don't want to perform at all, right? I remember myself, especially in the last year, when I started being really burned out from the job that I had. I already was kind of in development, in the spiritual development, in that sense, in parallel. So my ambitions, my desire, my any type of, I would say, goodwill for performing the job activities or responsibilities completely depleted in that sense. And I was doing a lot of things. The last year of my employment, I was doing a lot of things that I didn't want to do. Like, it's not part of myself. And especially, I was working in property management, where a lot of, I would say, conflict situation will arise, and you're kind of like mediary, this middle person between the landlord and the tenant, and then there's a big corporation, basically, right? And so you're kind of in between and trying to minimize, mitigate the conflict situations. And so, but you are yourself, especially if the company's culture within your company is dysfunctional, right? It's kind of not healthy in that sense. It also adds to that level of stress and level of heaviness at the job place, right? So you're not only between the conflicting landlord and tenant in that sense, right? But you're also part of the culture. In the last year, I'm not talking about my, I would say, my prior company where I was working for the smaller brokerage. The culture of that brokerage was completely different. I'm talking about the last year when the small brokerage became a part of the big corporation, when my main broker, he sold his company due to his retirement. He sold his company to this big corporation. And so big corporation, it's a completely different culture, right? So many things were basically, in that sense, dysfunctional. But at that point, I was just very grateful that I had that job, that I had that employment, that I had that income. I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful in that sense. There were a lot of like good things in that sense, but there were a lot of not such great things, right? And so right now, I am not doing anything that goes against my, I would say, will in that sense, right? Again, I don't wake up with an alarm clock unless I have to, meet some obligations in that sense, right? Unfortunately, we can't just live life completely unburdened with those obligations and responsibilities. There's still some minimal requirements that we're supposed to perform, especially with the payment of the bills, with kind of handling administrative stuff and whatnot. But more and more, I don't find this pleasurable at all. However, when something like this needs to be done, it seems like the natural, I would say, the natural energy, it activates, like the source within me, it it's being activated, and I go and perform those tasks in a very effective manner in that sense. So I can lay and do nothing basically for like a week, and then I can get up and accomplish a lot of things with that activated energy within the couple hours, right? Whatever is being piled up, it can be very efficiently resolved very quickly. And I myself, and even before spiritual awakening, I'm very efficient person in that sense, right? So I complete tasks with high efficiency. Well, it depends on the task, obviously. I don't want to, make it, I would say, better than it is, but I'm in my nature, I'm very efficient person in that sense, especially if I'm very interested in something that needs to be done, right? So I'll do a quality job in that sense, right? However, so the nature of the creativity of me performing anything, it's changed with that spiritual awakening, spiritual development. And now it's a new, I would say it's a new time for this new creativity to come forward, and I'm not quite sure what is going to be created in the future. I have no idea, guys. I'm staying in the present moment. Occasionally I'm being updated about the future projects, but again, not a lot of things are opening up to me in regards to the future, right? Unless it's necessary, because the focus is on the present time. Because when something is given to us, kind of like a prediction, or I would say, prediction, or some type of intel about the future, then our brain starts to wander, our mind starts to wander in that future. So it doesn't fully basically being present in the present moment. And that's what is basically, I would say, the power is to stay in the present moment and not to be concerned about what happens in the future in that sense, right? Okay, guys, so it's kind of like a short update. I wanted to just pop in and say hi. I'm going to continue with my rest, and we will see what other projects are going to come into play. Because it's very exciting. It's going to be surprising to me, just like it is surprising to you. So in many cases, I don't know where this creative energy, when the source what the source decides to create through me. Again, a reminder: when I sit down and I start recording any of my channeled video transmissions, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, right? I only can see there's going to be one idea that comes into my mind, and I will sit down and start recording the video, and it completely shifts into a completely different subject. So I never know what I'm going to talk about when I record those channeled video transmissions. So it's very interesting on what journey the source is taking us. And again, those even longer videos, I feel like they're pieces of the puzzle that are going to basically unravel, that they're going to come into a bigger, I would say, bigger picture in the future. Because as you who are familiar with my videos, the first video came out, which is called Introduction to Channeling, right? So that subject is going to continue presenting itself through the video transmissions, through the video presentations, since it was just an introduction, right? And then another one was Understanding the Suffering, also introduction, I believe. And so that video is going to, I think the subject is going to continue through the video transmissions. And the third one was Remembering the Unconditional Love. That in itself is a very deep subject, and it was not fully I would say covered through that 1.5 hour video transmission in that sense. So there are going to be so many surprises along the way, guys. It is surprising to me as well as it is surprising to you. So I'm looking forward to new creations. I'm looking forward to this journey. However, in order for us to perform with, I would say, higher intensity and new inspiration, we must rest. We must kind of conserve our resources in that sense, right? And allow our body to fully recover, rest, and conserve this energy for the new, I would say, for the new leap, for the new jump forward. Okay, guys, love and peace. I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.